I'm top 2. Niggas can't touch me. Yeah, I got songs, just wait, don't rush me.
I've been on 10. Chrome ain't flowing for nothing when the verse didn't show me the budget.
We're live. What's good? I don't even know. Do we even got a name for this shit, or we just kind of?
Yeah, I don't know. We just kind of rocking for
Yeah,
real.
just right. Okay, I'm with it. All right, so I guess niggas can jump right into it. So, one of the things that I always kind of kept in the back of my mind, especially when you know how you be having a conversation with your niggas, and then somebody will be like, "Yo, you remember back when such and such and such and such happens?" And you just kind of go down that memory lane or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time that happens with me and Josh on certain topics, I'd be like, "Yo, like I wish niggas was there," but like from my perspective,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And I always told him like, if like once niggas die, God forbid, hopefully everybody goes up to heaven, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I just wish there's like some type of a portal or like some type of a lake or something that niggas can like look into to where like you can experience a certain, like the person that is like giving that piece of their memory up,
Mm-hmm.
like anybody that looks into it literally gets to see and feel everything through that person's, through their eyes, and they have to feel it how they felt it, you know what I'm saying? They're not necessarily allowed to interpret it through the way that you would perceive their feelings to be. It's almost like you literally just jump into their body.
So it's like you're putting yourself in their memory and what they felt during that time.
Exactly.
Okay.
And like you're all the way in. It's not like, hey, I'm like, you're not consciously yourself at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's not like, oh, I'm looking at this, but I'm
Like
still
you think
myself.
you're them?
Yeah,
Type shit? Okay.
exactly. It's not like you're watching a movie. It's like you literally jump in and like you can feel and see everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought to myself, like, man, there was, like, if that shit is possible, I'm gonna need y'all to come over, and like, there's 2 or 3 points in time that I'm like, yo, I really want y'all to see what I was feeling in this moment, because it's like, it was crazy. Like, I think that niggas would really get to know me a little bit more if y'all could really genuinely feel and see the things that I saw and felt at that particular moment. So I just wanted to ask you, like, based off of that, like, is there any moments in your life where you're like, man, if I could have somebody look over my shoulder and just kind of be me for this particular moment or at this particular time, just to kind of see and feel everything that I was feeling at the moment? Like, I know it's kind of a tough, you know what I'm saying, but like, yeah, and it doesn't have to be like the number one thing, but like just maybe like one moment that you're like, man, I would take niggas here. Like if I had the whole gang here and we could, you know what I'm saying?
Like a fun experience or just like
anything, any moment, anything that would come to mind if that was possible.
Any moment.
Yeah.
Niggas join in on.
Exactly.
Trying to think.
And they right there with you. Like they are Kevin for the moment. You know what I'm saying? They are completely Kevin. You know, when they come back, like they'll be able to, instead of you having to describe the feeling, they will have, that will like then be part of them.
Yeah.
But when it's actually happening, there is no, hey, I'm still Rome. I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying? You don't have no idea about that.
I'm trying to think of something like a good experience.
Yeah.
Like something that I would have been like, damn, if niggas was here, like this would have been crazy.
Word.
Damn. That's a good question. That's a really good question.
You feel me? Because like, I mean, to be honest, like I feel like kind of where it derives from for the most part is like one thing about, I guess, just the human experience in general is that it can be hard to put how you feel into words at times.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, yo, I just wish niggas could feel it, and like that's not possible here on earth. There's no way to make somebody feel how you felt. You can try to do it through effective communication and things of that nature, but like I said, if there's any way you could just cut out the middleman, anytime you ever felt to yourself like, man, I really wish you could feel the way I was feeling right now, like you could just kind of zap that shit into them, like instead of having to describe it, just, or like if there's a time where you're like, man, I think you get me a little bit, but like,
I would say, I mean, like on some turning point type shit, I would say like when I dropped out. One, because I was like, it was just like a rush of like different emotions on like, what do I do next? What am I about to do now? It was kind of like, well, and at the same time, I lost my job too. So like that was like within the same 2-week period. So it was like I was at Farm Fresh for 5 years, and then I was in school for like 4 years. So it was like everything that I had known for real up to that point is kind of like cut off in the same 2 weeks. So it's more so a feeling of like what do I do next?
Right.
Who am I? Like what am I trying to do? It was more so just like trying to figure things out, and it was weird at the time, but it was more so it kind of like put things in perspective of like what direction I'm about to go. So I could say that. I could say.
But before we move on from that, like, I know it's not possible, but like, what are some of the things that you were feeling in that moment when you dropped out, and then like you said, lost a job at Farm Fresh? Like, kind of what's going through your mind, or like, what are like some of the? Is it like relief? Is it like I'm excited? Is it I'm kind of worried, but I'm still kind of motivated, or did it kind of make those motivations even bigger?
Yeah, it was all of that for real. Like, cause well, the first one was probably like it was more so fear, cause I told my mom, like I was like, yo, I'm not about to go back. So it was like she was disappointed. So then I was upset because I disappointed her. So it was like that. It was like that feeling at first, and then fear again because like I was trying to leave school to do something that I had never done before. Like I started off making hats, so it was like I ain't never sold a hat before. Like not really in the clothes. I was never really in the clothes and shit when I was in school, in high school and shit. So it was more so like doing something that I had never done. But I was always like I always believed in the art behind it. I always believed that the art would carry me through, which it did.
Absolutely.
So that was like the point where it was like believing in myself or betting on myself, because it's like if I'm not gonna go to school and I'm not gonna graduate and get a degree and all that, then what am I gonna do type shit. So once I made that decision, it was like, all right, I gotta go like 1,000% in this category. So I did that, and then another feeling, it was relief, definitely relief, because like I wasn't really doing anything I wanted to do while I was in school. So it was like I just wanted to do something I wanted to do. Like, at the end of it, I really wanted to do something that I wanted to do. So that's what it came down to. So it was relief, it was happiness, it was excitement, fear, disappointment. Because like at the end of the day, like I wanted to like I definitely don't regret dropping out, but it's always that I get that thought of like, damn, I kind of wish I did like walk across the stage and get the diploma and all that kind of stuff. Like that would be nice, but I wouldn't say that I would go back and change it though.
Right, yeah, because in a way that kind of adds to the story.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like it's hard to kind of nitpick about certain things about your life when you're very pleased with the final product.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because those things are necessary. You feel me? Because like you said, if you would have walked across the stage, it's not to say that you would have been any better or any worse. It would have just been different.
Yeah. And the reason why I would want niggas to be a part of that experience is because it's like I feel like everybody has one of those experiences just in their own way. Like the moment that like took them in the direction that they were supposed to go in. Like I feel like everybody has that moment. So I want to see that moment from other people too.
Yeah.
So that's why I said that. Because I want to see that moment from other people and like how did you feel and how did you like get past that moment. So I feel like that's like a real kind of like a mind opening and kind of like a motivation piece too. And just like you said, it's like a story, like a part of the story type of thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. And like I said, like we're talking about like some very, very like powerful emotions. You know what I'm saying? So experiencing all of those things at a very like high level all at the same time, it just kind of makes for this cluster of, like it's hard to describe. When they're just all flying at you at full force.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, that's just one of those things that I personally try to be very cognizant of, just like emotional intelligence. Like, how am I feeling? Like, and the way I kind of go about it is, like, I try to establish, like, a baseline. Like, on a regular day, when I wake up, and I start my day, this is how I normally feel. And, and this, and I'll get hungry around this time. And, like, I get all that down to a science so that if any small variation if there's any deviations across from that baseline, it's like, let me tap into that. What's kind of going on? So like when you have like a lot of those things that are like, we're not talking about small shifts. When we talk about like big stuff,
big shifts.
Yeah, it's like, you got to take it. And like I said, before you kind of figure out what it is, like if you were to take me to that, like that's what I would be like, once I get back from that experience, that's what I would kind of tap into. Like, man, like that's that raw, like as soon as it kind of hits you. But I mean, I definitely commend you for that, and I have a slight bit of kind of a similar experience, I guess, that I'm going through now, because like I said, I just graduated, and I feel like
I see you're done. Like you.
yeah, I'm done.
Oh shit. Okay.
So but I just don't have my diploma. See, it's weird because like I said, I went to summer school, and like I said, the big walk was in May, so most of the people graduated in spring, but I still had 2 more classes to take. So like I took my classes in June, ended in like late June, and yeah, I passed all of them. Like I already solidified all that, but like they don't really award the diplomas for the summer courses until August, because there's like multiple summer sessions. Like there's an early one, there's like a middle one, and you know what I'm saying. So like I said, I'm just kind of waiting. But yeah, my whole degree program is done. All of my classes have been passed and things of that nature. I'm just waiting on that. And the weird thing is, once I graduated from pharmacy school, like you get the degree, but you can't, like, it's weird because the degree is one thing, but there's also a pharmacy license that you have to kind of pay for the test, which is expensive as hell.
So like, pay for the test.
It's like $500 to sit for the test. Swear to God. So like you have to pay a couple $100s to sit for the test, and you have to take a licensing exam, which is pretty much licenses you in the whole country, and then you have to do like a state law exam, which I still have to pay for and I have to take. But like I said, I can't take those things, or I can't even sign up for them until I have my degree.
Oh, okay. So
you know, because the boards of pharmacy or whatever, they need to see my degree, they need to see my transcripts, and they need to communicate with Hampton University and say, hey, everything checked out. Is he good? Did he really pass it? All right. And then, so it's like I'm kind of in a weird, like, in between period.
People gas you at the start, take a break and follow trends. Expect you to ride away and save the hate for when you win. You gon' either sink or swim.
You'll make it if you have.
Gon' either sink or swim. Y'all rapping, we dropping gems.